Hey everyone, so Jeff here from the Black Mind Podcast. Just telling you that right now the show's kind of on vacation. This has kind of been a long time coming. I haven't taken a vacation in like 4 years. And me being the editor, basically it means that nobody else can actually record a show and edit the show and post said show. Um, so instead, we kind of went back into an archive, and this has been planned for a long time. And instead of just doing something off the cuff and not posting an episode, we decided that we were going to post our EndGame Spoiler episode. Of course, we would have liked to put this more out sooner on the time, but we just had some difficulty editing it. With other reasons, mainly going back to work, coyotes. We've had difficulties lately with even recording a said show. So instead, we're just going to put this out. We will return next week. We will talk about our E3 predictions and everything like that. The kind of what we were expecting. My personal opinion is that this E3 has kind of been interesting, if not really cool. But I still need to watch the Ubisoft press conference and the actual Square Enix press conference. So yeah, hope everyone enjoys. Have a good night. Hello and welcome to... Well, yes, we did. Hello and welcome to the Black Mind EndGame Spoiler Cast. This episode has no number, so joining me this week is...
It is the numberless episode.
Yes.
It is just a rogue audio file that doesn't play by your rules.
Yeah. It doesn't play by podcast rules. So we're going to...
make shit up.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about EndGame spoilers for the next hour and a half.
Or so. Yeah.
Hour, yeah. So joining me this...
You got to start talking first, because you like stalled for like a week and a half, so it's not as fresh in my memory.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, it's Rory now
this...
joining us because nobody else in our group has seen it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I imagine anyone who listens to this podcast like knows people by voice now. Or maybe they don't. Fuck it, what do I know?
I mean, I'm just a pretentious dick.
I have no idea like if this podcast receives any feedback. I've never seen any.
I have seen some.
All right.
So I'm just gonna say this. I thought Endgame was good, but not as good as Infinity War.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're all three of us in a complete agreement with that.
Okay, well there we go.
Yeah, I think Endgame.
We solved it, lads.
I think
it was solid, and it is like a solid, like at minimum, like it's just below Infinity War in my opinion. It's not. It's a really good movie, and it has some plot hole.
Very, very solid, excellent. Yeah. 3 hours.
Oh boy,
sitting.
that was fun.
It's a big chungus.
But the only complaint I really had about it for the most part was there are some small plot holes.
Oh yeah,
like
there's a lot of plot holes.
In regards to I can just. This is a spoiler cast. I can spoil in regards to the time travel or what?
No, the time travel isn't all that much of a problem. Like,
the time travel is mostly fine. It's not my favorite kind of time travel, which is like because my favorite kind of time travel is the 100% consistent. Of course, like if we're using time travel, we sort of have to disturb the past as little as possible because we've already gone back in time. There is one cohesive timeline, and this It doesn't quite do that.
It's fairly close. My only problem was
It's
hey, look, this
consistent.
This is the Tesseract. Picks it up. Bye, boys.
Yeah, and now he's gonna get his own spin-off show. Too many ladies sploosh over Loki to completely cut him off from the MCU.
Actually, what makes it really funny is the new Spider-Man trailer that came out yesterday, Monday. Mysterio is a good guy who comes from another dimension. Maybe. Actually,
maybe.
This is what I told Kim
I am until I watched the whole movie. Mysterio is 100% still just a special effects guy who's
just
playing
to
shit
rob
up
a bank
for fucking to make money
That's why my comment to Kim was she was like, I don't know how I feel about Mysterio being.
It doesn't have to be a bank. It doesn't have to be a bank. It can be weirdo alien tech that just exists in Marvel now, like the last Spider-Man bad guy.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
No. But as I told Kim, I was just like, I'm just an interdimensional traveler who wants to just rob a bank. So I'm like,
I'm okay if he's from a different dimension if he's here to rob a bank.
It's gonna depend on what they're gonna do too.
As long as he's robbing banks.
Also, so I don't. But although I mean, with that most recent trailer, I mean, we're getting off topic from the EndGame talk we're supposed to be having. But I'm just gonna like bring the tangent back just after one more thing. I will say that if Mysterio is playing the long con, it's impressive that he managed to bamboozle Fury.
Oh yeah.
Who seems like he's totally 100% on board, or maybe he just thinks, oh yeah, alternate dimension, yeah fuck it.
He's like, we literally just got snapped back into reality. Like, what? Like, I don't know what to believe anymore, dude.
Yeah, I guess all of like the Spider-Man main cast were all in the half that got snapped because it doesn't look like they've aged up too much.
No, they haven't. So I got a quick question to ask everyone. So what did you guys think of the ending?
Like with Steve Rogers, Tony, stuff like that.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, those two character endings, fantastic. They nailed what a good send off to Cap.
They nailed Hawkeye too, where he was just like, nope, I'm done. Everything's like
I'm gonna go home and be a family man. Yeah, sure, but I was never really as invested.
Yeah,
in
no,
Hawkeye as, like Cap or Iron Man.
Iron Man was like, I saw that. I was like, damn, Thanos has the gauntlet. Well, shit.
Robert Downey Jr.
And they just turn around. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna die, isn't he? Fuck.
Well, yeah, of course he is. I was calling that so many people were calling that like months in advance. I'm surprised Thor lived. Although I'm not okay. Before the movie, I would have been surprised to hear that Thor lived because I was pretty sure him
dying.
This was going to be the end of Iron Man, Cap, and Thor's stories, all of them.
But
then they made Thor fat.
They made Thor fat.
Yeah.
And like sitting in the theater with fat Fortnite playing Thor, I'm like, well, he's definitely going to live. They're not going to do that to him in his last movie. And now I'm way more hyped for fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
As Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was like, okay, there's the other movie I'm excited for is As Guardians 3. Yes.
Holy shit.
And Gamora's not, though. So, like, I wonder what's going to happen now. Yeah.
But they're chasing Gamora.
I'm actually...
They're chasing the Gamora.
Yeah, I'm actually stupid hyped for that, too. Because, like, they set up the next Guardians movie just phenomenally well. Because it's just going to build off Endgame. Because it's just like, hey, look, you now have Thor. You now have...
It's super tied to Endgame.
What else?
Which is good, because I don't think Star-Lord got enough...
attention.
Play in Endgame.
Well, a lot of characters...
I feel like he just kind of got shit on a bunch, I guess a bunch of people are happy about because he kind of fucked up the plan in Infinity War.
But he gave us...
But I don't know.
But he gave us a Guardian Endgame. Because if he did not punch Thanos in the face, we would have.
Yeah, it would have been really anticlimactic. Y'all should be thanking Star Wars.
No, I still get a bit of a giggle out of one of the time travel scenes where like it's Bruce Banner, where he's like, I guess I gotta smash some things. He's
like, I just find it so gratuitous. Rips off his shirt, half-heartedly tosses a scooter.
Yeah. No, but my favorite part is when he shows up. It's the mask there, and I'm just like, oh shit, that's right. Because I was like, just like watching it, like, wait, where's Steven? I was like, wait, right, she's still alive. And I was like, oh, this is a really cool send off to this character and stuff like that. It's a really cool idea. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that from you. And she's just like, nope. I'm just like, right, she can do that. I that's the thing is like I watched Doctor Strange and Infinity War like 4 or 5 times before like we went to the movie. And like as much as I love Doctor Strange, like he's one of my favorite MCU characters.
I don't like him as so much as a character. I like him more as the fact that like of what he is. Of he's a wizard that like other characters have to go to visit because they don't know how magic works.
Yeah.
But the thing,
I like
he's just an NPC wizard in like the campaign.
oh, you guys are here for a new item? Okay.
I liked everything that they did up until about the moment where the second Thanos came.
I'm kind of with you there.
Yeah,
I feel like axing Thanos in like the first 10 minutes of the movie and then just skipping forward to 5 years where everything sucks. That was pretty great. I feel like pulling Thanos back in was kind of contrived.
I understand why they did it because they wanted to have that.
Because they needed a big final battle
do that
scene,
send off
right?
properly. Which, like, again, I accept. Like, I do agree that like it doesn't make sense in the universe. It doesn't make sense.
It's just sort of something that I was like, I mean, I guess sure,
but
fine. I feel like they could have handled it a bit better, but like I can't for the life of me think of how.
Well, like,
because that like big finals fight sequence was pretty fucking great.
Oh yeah, it was the best part of the movie.
With a part, I think low-key my favorite part is when Ant-Man just punches the Chitauri whale spaceship in the fucking face.
It's so great.
I was like, yeah, that was giving me like a boner I haven't had since Pacific Rim 1.
Yeah.
Just like big shit doing big things.
I also got to sit here and say this about like how they did that final fight scene and stuff like that. It was interesting in the way that like they had so many characters in there. Like,
it was very similar to Infinity War, where they made sure that every character had their little moment.
Yeah, but like you got things
especially
like,
considering Quinn's little.
Yeah. But you got things like you got Captain Marvel coming in, and then basically the Sailor Moon thing. That was the worst part of that fight.
I feel incredibly vindicated by the fact that like when Captain Marvel was showing up during that part of the like ending sequence, the theater erupted into a resounding silence.
No, what makes it even fun? I actually heard.
Like I can't. That's obviously not 100% across the board, but I feel incredibly vindicated by my particular theater after losing their shit at Cap getting the hammer. Yeah. Which, by the way,
that was great.
Shit, that was great. That entire sequence of him using the hammer to like bounce the shield off of Thanos' dome was fucking great. But following that up immediately with like, Captain Marvel's here, and the crickets come out. Was amazing.
The other scene that we got deafening silence for was when Spider-Man's trying to take the gauntlet towards the truck, and Captain Marvel flies up to, hey, so you got a thing there for me? She's like, oh, he's like, just stay down, and picks it up from. I'm like, they're not gonna do this, are they? And then they did it, and I was like.
All the way. I mean, okay, so I'd be okay with that scene if it wasn't Captain Marvel doing the run.
I would have been okay if it had been like Scarlet Witch or Scarlet Witch.
No, Nebula.
Ooh, I don't know.
Nebula is the absolutely Nebula. Nebula is the one with the most like intimately destructive relationship with Thanos, and the climax to that in this movie is her shooting herself, which is pretty fucking heavy. Yeah. But she never gets her like moment against Thanos himself.
Yeah.
Which I think the run up to the van, like being the one who gets to finish the football touchdown, would have been great.
But the thing is like the only other person I would have liked to have seen is maybe Pepper. That would have been funny. It's just like sup.
I like Rescue coming in.
That would have been like
coming in.
That would have been like, oh, Miss Potts. It's actually Miss Stark now. Oh, congratulations! Here, take this. Fuck! I was like, you missed a golden opportunity for that fucking quick snip.
Yeah, for how much emphasis they put on like Peter being like a surrogate child to Tony, he never really interacts with Pepper at all.
Yeah, I think the best part of that movie, the entire end fight scene, is like really the beginning of it, and then the part where Captain America throws Thor's hammer.
I love the sheer jubilation on Thor's face too. Yes.
Yeah, I love Thor being so proud.
So hyped.
Yeah, the one thing I wish.
No, I want this one. You take the small one.
Yeah, pretty much. The one thing I wish that was in there was I wish that they did something where when the character, like when the hammer was being thrown, I wish they had shown like Cap actually picking up the hammer, like either in a reflection in Thor's eye or something where it was like you knew it was like kind of there but not really there, because like I felt like.
I think the way they did it was better because like just moving the hammer, you assume it's Thor doing it, and Thor's gonna smack him in the back of the head or something, and then it flies to Cap, and you're just like, yeah!
Everyone, that was such a great moment in the theaters too, just like the Sherrodic cheer.
That was the maximum hype.
That was great.
From 0 to 90, like 40, like in like 0.4 of a second.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where like when it happened, I was like, okay, this is really good. I like how they handled Hawkeye in that fight, where Hawkeye basically faces those mutant monster babies.
Yeah, they got brought back.
Yeah.
All of like Thanos' various forces got back and got their own moments, like the Ebon Maw and stuff.
Yeah.
I think most of them sort of got killed real fast.
Yeah. I think the worst part of that entire fight scene can be basically brought down to really the point where they were like, "Hey, we have to do this thing." And then basically once it goes to the thing, it's like, oh, well, we're just going to bring in separate characters. Or like, we're going to do the Sailor Moon moment. And it's like, that made me really want the Sailor Moon movie. And I was really disappointed that this wasn't a Sailor Moon movie.
I don't even understand the tangent you're going on.
Yeah, you've lost me.
I'm talking about... Okay, so
like,
in the movie...
I'm pretty good at deciphering rambling, and I don't know what the fuck
Are you talking about like
right
the
now.
Captain Marvel moment?
The Captain Marvel moment where she's talking to Peter.
The lead up to the Secret War.
Yeah, where it was like, I just was like, I really now want a Sailor Moon movie because I think that this would work. But I know it will never be as good as this.
I don't understand the least.
He's like, no, because like how it pans back, it's all the women stand. All the women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I okay. But why Sailor Moon? You know what? Never mind.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Sailor Moon, it's been his crush for a long time. He just wants to see a live action movie.
Yeah.
But no, actually, another complaint I have about this movie is how the second act drags.
It feels like it. It feels like it drags.
Yeah, it drags a bit in some spots.
Where would you say specifically? Because I felt like that was a major chunk of the movie. Yes.
Yeah.
But it was packed with so much good stuff.
It felt like that was the Avengers' best hits.
Oh yeah, no, moments. It was entirely just that. And
like the thing I really didn't like about it was like the part where Tony and Cap go back to.
That's the one. That's the one I think it drags. That's the part I think it drags just a bit too long. Like that needed to be maybe 10 minutes shorter. Or maybe 5 minutes shorter.
No, I think that that part is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating. I should not be eating while doing this podcast. But I feel like most sections of that scene are like not only warranted but somewhat vital. Especially considering this is the movie where Tony dies.
Oh yeah, I know.
That resolution with his father is really important.
Yeah.
But also to have that moment where Cap's like looking at his old ex that he missed out on having a life with because he got frozen, who he then goes back to at the end of the movie so he can become old man Captain America. Was great, and the fact that they also had the like the one fucking shot of the evil Hydra guy setting up the old computers in the basement. Like they didn't have to bring that guy back.
I think I still get a bit of a laugh at him. Lean forward, Hell Hydra. fuck.
Yeah, holy,
I was
that
like,
was great.
That's a reference and a half. Nobody's gonna get.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
I loved how confused they were too. They're like,
Because not only is that a brilliant play, given like using what they knew previously in universe, but it also lampoons, for anyone who's not in the know, it also lampoons the shit out of that incredibly stupid arc of comics where the writers decided to make Captain America a Hydra agent literally the whole time.
Yeah, everything about like those scenes felt like they were the best of and stuff like that. The only one I really didn't like was like, again, like I felt Fat Thor. Okay, like I actually have like a little bit of a complaint about Fat Thor.
What, you don't like Fat Fortnite playing Thor?
I don't.
Shit talking like kids?
I don't. Like,
because they're bullying Korg?
Yeah, I don't.
What, you don't? You don't like it?
No, I don't like it.
Why? Why? Thor has slowly been transferring more and more into like a goofball.
Yeah, but like
as the movies have worn on, and it's been great.
I feel as if like he could have been a goofball, but he didn't have to be fat. I feel like he didn't have to play Fortnite.
It's just the fact that he's fat?
No, it's the fact that like he's fat and playing Fortnite, and it's
Whoa!
You could,
hold on. I feel like this is okay. So I want to get to down to the minutia of this. It's specifically the fact that he's like fat and playing Fortnite.
It's the fact that he's basically a giant ripoff of the Big Lebowski.
Yeah. No.
And it's
they make fun of him for that exact
I think
context.
my favorite.
That was hilarious.
That was the best part of that character.
Tony calling him Lebowski fucking got me.
Yeah, that was the best part of that character. But it's just like that isn't Thor. Like that is
absolutely Thor. Especially Thor after like. Because like Thor's journey is sort of always been about like I can do this. Like in Infinity War he straight up says I've faced 3,000 opponents or whatever, and I've always come out on top. And like his entire journey in Infinity War is about
failure.
Sort of overcoming, bouncing back and getting his hit in on Thanos for destroying the Asgardian ship. Yeah. And at the end, destroying does it, but he fucks it up because he fucks it up and doesn't go for the head because he wants to gloat in Thanos' face, and then Thanos comes back with you should have gone for the head bit.
Yeah.
So like Thor's like all fucked up because man, he really fucked it up and then,
so bad.
Mm-hmm. And then they get Thanos, and he cuts his head off. He wins.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change anything. Like to the point, like actually, Loki. One of my favorite moments in this movie is when they're deciding who gets to use the Infinity Gauntlet, and Thor's just like, "No, it's me. I'm the strongest Avenger. I can do it." And that scene is like I don't feel for all the people I've talked to and heard talking about this movie, I don't see them bring this scene up at all, which boggles my mind because that is Thor going, "I want to die. I want to fix my mistake and die trying and die doing so."
Yeah,
that is amazing character development. Like the fact that he's become this slobby loser is because he achieved like his greatest power. He won, and it wasn't enough to fix anything. So what? Like, why the fuck even bother?
Yeah.
So yeah, of course he becomes this like weird. Emotional wreck fucking loser.
I just think that like the way that they did it, there's a better way to do it. Like
I don't think he needed to be that chunky.
I didn't think. Well, no, I don't think they needed him to be.
The original fat suit they showed in like the first shot is like way more than the rest. Like after that, he's just kind of
he's not as chunky.
doughy and has like a sweater on. So he's clearly not like the fit Chris Hemsworth we all know. But like that original shot is the only one where he's wearing the really fat suit.
Fuck.
But like what I mean by like that is like they didn't have to lean into him being so like they could have done Lebowski Thor, but they didn't have to basically make him a straight ripoff of that character.
He's not a ripoff of that character. He just looks like him though.
That's the part where I'm like what I mean is like he's like if they had leaned it's not one way or the other. Like they should have made it where it's like he's either like the dude from Big Lebowski, where he's just like, look, I'm the dude, and he's just calm and constantly like, look, man, like it's not the best thing, or he's Thor. And what they kind of did was they kind of made it sort of like where it's a weird kind of mishmash of the two, and it just doesn't work because I would have.
I don't really sort of understand the angle you're going for.
It's specifically the fact where he goes off on the kid online, where he should have just sat there and just said, Korg, just let it be. It's not a big deal. Like that's
dude. Not Thor.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is I wish they would have done it where it was more.
Well, I mean, you can't just throw out his character entirely to replace it with like the like Thor is still Thor, and he's like a loser Thor now.
Yeah.
Sure, but no, you can't just throw out his entire character to replace it with this other one that he kind of looks like.
Yeah, but what I mean is like, I think that like him being like, you can't play it one way or the other. You have to play it like.
No.
I wholeheartedly disagree. I think you're straight up wrong on that.
Yeah, okay. No, I completely agree with Rory on this, but like.
I like because in the end, like, and Thor even points this out in like his introductory scene where he's like, you see him all fat and stuff, is that he won. He beat Thanos. He cut off Thanos' head. In every encounter they had after he destroyed his starship, Thor,
beat him.
Like in a way, won that encounter. Like he mortally wounded him with the axe, and then he got away with the snap.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when he chased after him, he just cut the dude's head off like no problem.
The problems arise is because guess what?
Like he's still like the sort of brash like Norse. If you talk shit to me, I'll talk shit back to you. I'll take that as a challenge and fight you. It's just he's lost purpose.
Yeah, and I think that's
because
the thing.
Even though he won, everyone died.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that like. I'm having a problem with is that like I would have rather had seen it where it's like you're doing this character a little bit differently, and I wouldn't have like I would have liked more Thor, less dude. There, that's really it. Is like,
well, he can't be unchanged.
Like, well, what I mean is like the way that like when he talks about the ether and stuff like that, I was just cringing through the entire part of it because I'm just like, no, that's not Thor.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's the part
that's
which made me go like I don't like this.
His confidence.
Yeah, that was the part where it's like I don't like him as this character. I liked it when it was like they first introduced him. I was like, okay, this is different. And then he was more like he was Thor-ish mixed with dude. And I was like, okay, great. Like this is kind of what I wanted. And then, like, when he was doing that, it was just just give him an Allan, just give him a White Russian, man.
No, I feel you need to see how pathetic Thor has become so you truly understand it, empathize with him during that later scene when they've got it at all the Infinity Stones, and he's just like, let me do it. Let me die.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, the other thing is that I do like the little recollection scene with his mother. It's
that
actually, I feel like that retroactively makes Thor: The Dark World better.
Yeah, it does.
Considerably.
It makes everything about like that scene makes that character so much more empathetic. In my eyes.
I still love the joke of we're gonna test this thing. Don't worry, Ant-Man. We're gonna bring you back in a second in our.
Oh God, baby
old man Ant-Man, child Ant-Man.
I don't know which version of me peed,
but I know one of them did.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys think of the time travel aspect of it? Like, how do you think they handle it?
I mentioned it before. It's not my favorite method of time travel, but it
works for what the story is. I do get I do love the interactions we get out of it.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. The Hawkeye Black Widow one. Do we want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Yeah, that was. Well, why?
I have no problem. I actually really like it because it's.
Yeah, no,
it's
good.
Hawkeye was ready to die. So was Black Widow. both are ready to die, and I was like,
They're literally fighting over who gets to
I was
die.
like, really? This is what we're doing? And
I loved the fact that they were ballsy enough in order to ruin one of the best characters in all of the Avengers movies and just straight up just kill her.
well, that's the thing. That's the same thing that would happen with Gamora too.
Oh yeah, but it's like the fact that they were willing to do it. The thing
They sort of rode around Gamora,
yeah,
though, with
Yeah.
new Gamora.
yeah, that's
New
the one
past
thing that I
Gamora.
don't like about it is like when they brought Gamora back. I was just like, okay, that seems a little
That's
bit
not
cheap.
bringing her back, though. That is a entirely
Different
different
Gamora. So
Gamora,
like, there's nothing.
which is going to make a really interesting character dynamic in like
Guardians 3.
Guardians 3.
in Asgardians, where it's going to be like Star-Lord, like, hey, babe, I do not know you. And it was sort of played to
Yeah,
the
oh,
laughs
God.
in Endgame, but
Oh,
that's going to
man,
be like... That has the potential to be an incredibly rough emotional
Oh man, no,
arc.
I still like that. I still like that one scene in the final fight. You killed the one I love. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
I was like, that wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was.
I love that because it just reminds me of like the old Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
The day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life, but to
Was
me,
it
it was
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Oh
geez.
man, of course.
Everything about this movie is just good.
It does actually. I feel like
The thing that a coworker did bring up to me is like, why don't you guys just go back in time, grab a different Black Widow, and then bring her back to the present?
Because if we overuse time travel, it's going to get real messy real fast, and then it just sort of becomes a shit show. That's why I like the fact that they tried to be like, oh, we have to preserve the timeline so we don't get off branching timelines. And I'm like, you've already actually created branching timelines with what you did. but-
multiverse theory is a bitch.
Yeah. Like that's why I'm saying my favorite sort of time travel is the one where, yes, you can time travel, but you've already gone back and time traveled. So you can't actually change events, but you can change circumstances
Yeah.
surrounding them.
Exactly.
Sort of.
I wish.
And that's sort of what they did with the Infinity Stones themselves. Like they took the Infinity Stones out of their timelines, then put them back
Yeah.
in their timelines.
Yeah. That is completely how you do that.
With the
scene.
exception of
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's gonna get turned into a TV show, and it'll just end up back in like Shield's hands for like the next movie it would have been relevant for, or something like that. They can always
Yeah.
write it like that.
Yeah. We always rate it where Loki basically.
Regardless, we can just ignore like TV shows entirely because
well, they made.
they're kind of dumb, and I don't need to care about them, and I
Well,
don't
we
want
don't
to
need
care about them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
bye,
geez.
Rory. Bye, Rory.
no, I'm back. I misclicked the thing. Shut up. Fuck you.
No.
Uh,
What else? I actually initially had a bit of a problem with how they did the Asgardian scene because like where was this parts of the ship? Da-da-da. And then I actually went back and watched Infinity War, like just for the opening bit because I was like, okay, no, there's something wrong here. Like there's something I'm because I was like, there's no way. It's like, well, yeah, the director said they got out, and I was like, cool, but that should have been shown in the movie instead of said by the director. And then I watched
Sorry, what
with
did you
how
know
the
about?
Asgardians
Sorry, I'm
were
missing-
on in Norway. I was
Oh, yeah,
initially like,
okay.
well, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
show it in the movie, and then I stopped and I was like, okay, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna watch the opening movie of this thing, and I'm gonna
Infinity War. Yeah, no, that's a scene that was apparently cut from
Movie.
the movie. Only half.
yeah,
the
no.
shit
Well,
got
that's the thing is
into
when
it.
I,
They said that in dialogue. It's just not
yeah,
shown.
and it's such
particularly
an
well.
offhand dialogue comment too that it's kind of like it's really forgettable. That's what I was like, where. I was like, oh man, that's really cool that Thor just like got a group of people together and just said, yeah, you're Asgardians, here's come live with me. I thought that's what was happening, and then I saw Valkyrie. I was like, what?
what?
Hold up, bet you did.
The fact that
Yeah, well, it was confirmed like that.
Oh
Valkyrie,
yeah, no, it was the
like
direct.
she wasn't
It was
in Infinity War.
the
at
board.
all.
The brothers confirmed it. Like, no, she's alive. And I was like, oh, and that's the thing is like I didn't
Mm-hmm.
learn about that until after I saw Endgame. That's the reason why I was like,
I believe Korg and Meek were both unconfirmed.
Yeah.
But obviously they're still alive.
Obviously, when the ship was being attacked, Thor was in the front half, and everyone else who was important was in the back half.
What else?
All the minor characters who weren't going to die, like Loki and
Yeah.
Heimdall, were in the back half.
Yeah.
Partying.
We could talk about how. Well, okay, so we could talk about Howard Stark and Tony's interaction and stuff like that. I think it made Tony a better person in the end.
It was actually like I didn't expect it.
I thought it was like some nice, it's like a sort of nice.
It was a really good.
Yeah.
It was a really good
Same
scene
here.
for Tony.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I have a problem with it is man, it's I don't even know if it's really a problem. I just don't like how like they do the vaults where Tony goes down to. Yeah. I was like, that's such a weird way to do a vault room for like you're keeping these top secret materials and stuff like that. I'm not upset. It's just like it's a weird way to do that.
It is, but I think a lot of details sort of get skipped over because we don't have a 4-hour movie.
Yeah,
there's a lot in this movie. I guess not everything can be exposited correctly. I would prefer if it was.
I am actually excited.
I can understand why they need to keep the runtime from being 4 hours.
I am excited to see the deleted scene. I actually want to see what they did to get it to.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to see too. Yeah. And do we want to talk about Thanos and the entire Nebula plot, where Nebula basically
backstabs everyone?
Has the same, yeah.
Nebula, past and future have the same Wi-Fi password,
basically.
So Thanos gets to have a final battle.
I was so confused. I'm like, but okay, does that mean her brain is entirely cybernetics, or does that mean like what? I was so confused by that because I was like, how does that work even?
It's not incredibly well explained, and it's like I said before, it is somewhat contrived, and it's just there so that Thanos can get like a final battle against the Avengers.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I don't think Thanos is nearly as
impactful,
interesting a character.
Yeah, in this movie,
or impactful as a character as he was in Infinity War. Because this is a pre-development Thanos. Yeah. This is a Thanos who hasn't really had to sacrifice Gamora or do a lot of the other things he had to do to obtain the Infinity Stones. So like it's weird. It's a lot less. I'm just doing this because it's what I think is the right thing to do, and it's a lot more. I'm doing this because you're fucking with me.
It's more villain Thanos compared to what like we had with the proper Thanos. And that's the thing is, I will say Infinity War Thanos is.
Well, the one who had development gets axed literally in the first 10 minutes of the movie, so you can't really develop him anymore. He's dead.
Yeah,
and the one previously had.
I was just gonna say, like, wouldn't it have been awesome if, like, after that scene happened, if they just did all of the credits for Endgame, and then just like
the rest
did a
of the
post-credit scene that was still a movie.
I would fit.
That is where
the fucking cop out. Fuck.
Oh God. Yeah. No, that would have been some huge nuts.
You can tell. You can tell.
And then the other 3 hours are all post credits. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. I love how they did the opening scene too with Hawkeye. Hawkeye. I was sitting there. I was like, oh, we're gonna find out why Hawkeye was like.
I mean, it's sort of like a Marvel movie thing where I don't really care about any of the characters who aren't superheroes all that much. Like all these sort of side characters that do get their moments, but I really don't care about them as much as the interact. Like I don't care about the interaction between Hawkeye and his family as nearly as much as I do care about the interaction between Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
Or Hawkeye and Cap or whoever. You know.
They're regularly sized, man.
But yeah, it was certainly a pretty good cold open. I'm just like playing with his family and then just gone.
Yeah. Oh no, the way they did it too was I felt like it was really good because it's done in such a way that like he doesn't know what happened, and it takes him forever to find out. And
he just turns back, and then you just got a little bit of dust. It's like,
I was like, oh shit, that. I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
like-
there goes the daughter, and then it snapped back to just the wide view, and you could see the wife and the son in the back, or the two sons in the background. I was like, oh shit, they literally took everything from him. Oh boy,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Hawkeye's family is just sort of all-purpose like plot motivation.
They were.
'Cause I don't even know their fucking names.
Oh, I don't know
They
either.
were.
Off
In,
the top of my
well,
head.
but they're not
Age
important.
of Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just motivation for Hawkeye.
Or in this movie, yes. In Age of Ultron, they were kind of like this group that like you kind of met.
Yeah,
in
they
order
hung out
to-
at their house for a while.
Yeah, in order to humanize more of the characters and stuff like that, bring them back down to reality and stuff like that. That's what they were used for.
I don't know. It also has that scene where like Tony and Cap are chopping wood, and then Cap just rips a log in half because he's angry at Tony. And I love that scene because when we're working at this is a tangent. This is a big tangent. When I'm working at the civil engineering lab that I work at, a lot of the time, we have paper, we
5
need
to
a lot
6
of paper
days a day.
towels to wipe stuff up, right? And to get the paper towel out of the plastic wrap, my brother just like tries to do the pose where he's like Cap and he just like rips it open.
God damn it.
And I asked him, "Are you doing that based on the?" And he's like, "Yep, that one scene in Age of Ultron." My brother's a giant dork.
No, what else?
I'm gonna go see Endgame again with him tomorrow.
Fuck, I wish
We could. That's a good movie. Everything about it's a good movie.
That's why we're doing the spoiler cast.
There is one other thing I'm going to talk about. Is so basically Hawkeye basically becomes Ronin, which his family basically is the only reason he becomes Roman. He basically becomes this murderous death machine, which is like
He kills some yakuza. That's about it. There was a little bit of blood. We saw a little bit of blood. In the
no,
movie.
we saw it. We saw it in Infinity War 2, where Gamora slices Thanos' neck. Even though it's an illusion, we still see the blood pour out from his neck.
Yeah, I guess.
there's also in the
But it's like purple alien blood.
yeah, you can get away with it. It's like Covenant blood.
It's like Alita. Like it's blue blood, so you can get away with like horrifying violence.
Yeah, but like in this movie, basically, it's implied that basically he killed the cartel and then he flew to Japan and murdered a fuck ton of yakuza. And it's like, man, so he's basically just like Captain America, but not Captain America. So why doesn't he get the shield at the end?
Because
Because he
I know
has
why,
no
I know why. Don't-
connection to that fucking arc. By the way, I'm incredibly disappointed by the fact that Falcon and Bucky is supposed to be a TV show. Because I want that as a
wait,
movie.
that's gonna be a TV show, not a movie. Fucking what? That's so
right,
dumb.
right. I was like, oh man, I can't wait for the next Captain America movie where it's just like Bucky and fucking Falcon like fighting over who gets the shield, or just like generally being like grudgingly respecting each other because like all of their interactions have been great.
Oh yeah.
Like in Winter Soldier when they're just in the car together while Cap's meeting with like the one girl from S.H.I.E.L.D. and there's just like, could you move your seat up a little bit? No.
No, you're thinking of
I want a buddy cop movie.
You're thinking
with
of
those
Civil War.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Am I
it's
thinking of Civil War?
Winter
What did I
Soldier
say?
is where we first meet.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, those two are sort of in the same arc, but regardless,
I do like
it's
On Your Left. Fuck, that was such a great moment. It was like, man, I was like, hold up, is this happening? And of course, the thing, speaking, I was like, oh, so it's just going to be like Black Panther, few other people. No, it's the whole Wakandan army, and I'm like, it's actually the Wakandan army this time, not just this little.
Yeah, I love, man, all these sorcerers just popped back up. That's super helpful. Fucking wizards, man.
Wizards are able to do everything, and then Doctor Strange basically prevents the flooding of the battle area.
Yeah. I do like the moment where he holds up his finger and goes, one time.
got this.
No, like the moment he did that, I was like, oh, yeah, oh, this is the end of it. This is.
Well,
No, we knew. I knew Tony was going to die, but like I didn't expect it that way. I thought it was going to be like some other way.
What a fucking like
Cop out.
one-liner to finish it off on.
Am
And then
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Because he could have said anything there, and like I had a couple of ideas, and he just goes, "I am Iron Man," and I'm just like, "Okay, that's pretty good.
I just
That's pretty good."
The
You
theater
did a good.
cheered too for us. Remember, Rory?
Well, yeah, you would, of course, because you got Thanos doing the big evil villain thing of "I am inevitable," and then Tony's just like, "Yeah, well, I'm fucking Iron Man."
fuck you. But like
Eat shit.
everything about that entire scene when it just happens, it was like the scene afterwards like actually brought tears to my the room got a little dusty, let me put it like that. Because it was like
Oh.
There were tears. There were
Yeah.
tears.
Actually,
there was
now,
like
now that I've just remembered it, it would be a shame if we didn't bring this up. Can we just talk about how fast Tony discovers time travel?
I love how.
Hey, yo, Siri, run this program for me for a second. Oh shit,
No,
I figured out time
the thing is,
travel.
hey, Friday, run this simulation for me. And it's like, if it crashes, it doesn't matter. Da 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 da. And then it works. He's like, And he goes over to the couch, sits down, and he goes,
Man, that was like really easy.
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit! Oh no, actually, sorry. No, it's not even that. It's shit, and it's like shit. I was like,
I could completely
like Tony as a dad is great. Oh man, I love that. Like that little.
Also that scene of like him playing with his daughter and setting up Pepper coming in with the rescue armor
yeah.
was pretty great.
I love the part where it's like they come in and that's the scene that they show Tony on, because the scene before is like him malnourished, barely standing, in like cardiac arrest mode, like having like basically like a mental breakdown, and then you see that scene and he's like fine, he's completely okay. And it's like you wouldn't think that they were the same person.
No, he like full on like the way that they do the follow up scene with when they finally go talk to Tony after 5 years. Because it's been 5 years since they've talked. Like that's intensely emphasized that like they haven't spoken since Tony has passed out. And the thing is, the way that it's set up, I love how it's just like, no, I'm done. I was like that's not Tony's character. Tony has always been that character who I will do whatever it needs to be done to succeed, to like defend those I love. And like now that he's got a kid and like he's lost one already. He's not going to lose another one. And he's just like, no, like there is no outcome for this. Like this is a net loss all across the board. I either get Peter back and I lose my kid, or I keep my kid and I lose Peter. I have to make the choice. And no matter what, I'm like, I'm moving on. So should you.
Yeah.
And then like the follow up where he's just like kind of like doing it as like just like tinkering. He's like, shit, I figured it out. And I love how he just shows up. He's like, so he turned into a baby, right? I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's man.
He knew too.
Man, they figured out time travel fast.
I love the scene.
And I guess again, it's like a 3-hour movie. We can't make it any longer. But like, goddamn, that's fast.
I love the
Figures out time travel without even trying.
Oh yeah, I love the part.
Can't wait till. Sorry, go ahead.
I love also like the way that they have Banner basically be like, well, I'm a bioengineer focused on radiation and stuff like that, but I can figure it out, and he partially succeeds. Like, hey, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
Yeah, that's another thing is that like all the smart characters in Marvel, especially the movies, but also somewhat to a lesser degree the comic books, are just like, man, smart guy, figure this out. It's like, and they're never just not like, I'm a radiologist, or not, radiologist is the wrong term. I'm a radiation scientist. Yeah. Like,
I love the dude bro moment. How fucking
that's something that irked me to no end in Infinity War, where they're like talking about, oh, how do we get this stone out of Vision's head? It's like, oh, well, we did it this way. It's like, why didn't you do this? And he's just like, we didn't think of that. No shit, you didn't think of that. You're a fucking nuclear scientist, not a roboticist. You don't know shit about AI.
He's not even neuroscience. And that's the thing. That's the only reason why I don't like that Black Panther character, that girl. She's such an obnoxious character. I'm like, she's so smart. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, really though?
I have disliked her since she made the "What are those?"
Yeah,
meme.
yeah. What are those?
I hate big corporations trying to meme and then just getting the worst ones.
Yeah, I think that like Black Panther, I think in this movie, I think I liked him more. It's the same way of like Endgame. It just made me like him more.
It's because
Like,
the people.
oh,
It's almost like the people who wrote Endgame and Infinity War actually knew what Black Panther's character was.
Yeah,
Like
because he's
I don't know. I thought the Black Panther movie was fine. Not
it's
great, but fine.
It's okay, but like it wasn't like here's the difference. It's like Black Panther in Infinity War and Endgame is like, look, Thanos is only going to get blood here. Like he basically just outright says, "We're going to fight you,"
and that's the
and then and that's the end of like Black Panther. He's like, "We'll try to defend Vision as long as possible, but we're going to fight you and we're going to win." Like it's like we're just going to fight you.
I'm somewhat surprised they stuck with Vision and being dead. I mean, I guess he can still come back as Grey Vision.
it's going to depend. It's going to depend because like the reason why Vision. I understand why Vision stayed dead because like the stone that was Vision in that timeline is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah. Gone.
So
That's
like,
fair.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Still seems maybe it was because I was never really invested in him, but it still seems a somewhat ignoble end.
I do agree. It does feel like an ignoble end, but like that's the point of that moment. It's like he has this noble sacrifice where he has to have his loved one killed, and it means nothing.
And then he just turns it back and
Yeah, and it's
pops
like it
means
nothing. His death was a pointless death, but that's the reason why that's the reason why we're all like, no, that's the reason why, and
I had another point I wanted to make.
That's the reason why Infinity War hits so hard too, because of like these deaths were like pointless in many ways. Like they just happened. Like nothing can be done.
I want to talk about the ending scene where Pepper says you can rest now to Tony.
Oh,
Sure. What about it?
Because like that is the scene that actually like the part where Peter goes like, "We did it, Mr. Stark, we did it," and he's sitting there and he's like basically like you can tell like
nothing got me to the point of like I don't want to go in Infinity War of like Peter like dying and be like I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, and that scene got me to death.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like the original emotional impact got me a little bit.
Yeah.
this.
My brother said he cried at it, but he cries at movies all the time. Bitch.
But like this.
I will throw shade at my brother all day.
But, like,
I don't cry at movies.
but, like-
I might have heart feels, but I will not cry because I'm a big manly man.
Yeah, and like
Man.
manliest man.
Regardless, I do think that scene of like Tony like sitting there after he's finished shows dying, talking to Peter and Pepper is
And Rhodey's the first one who comes
and
up.
Rhodey. Yeah, Rhodey as well. I liked Rhodey in this movie.
Rhodey's great.
Hey, regular
Rhodey
size man.
I thought he was gonna die. I thought he was gonna die because he's
His character arc finished in Infinity War where he's like that's a court martial.
But he's right, and that's a court martial. He's just like fuck it, because like his entire character arc up to that point had been like I believe in the government.
Oh my god, I love how he bounces off fucking Nebula so well. Him and Nebula.
That I would watch a buddy cop movie with those
That's the same
two.
thing for me. I was like sitting there, I was like, I didn't expect that. Like, that was such some really good chemistry too between them. It's like, yeah, no, I know it's like.
It's a fairly short scene. Also, I think that was the part of the movie I laughed at the hardest was Star-Lord, like the opening scene of Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you just cut to like not listening to the music and them watching him and just, can't get your love.
And then they're just like, really?
So he's an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just knock his ass out. Man, Star-Lord jobs so hard in this movie.
But it's so well done though. It's just like you love every moment of it.
Well, it's revenge for him fucking everything up in Infinity War.
But at the same time, when he comes back, oh my god, that's such a good scene too. It's like, really, this one? This is the one that's what? Oh my god.
It was either that or a tree. Oh. every single line that Nebula has in this movie is so good.
They made Nebula
Yeah.
such a good
Nebula
character. in this.
Nebula had a large role to play, and rightfully so. I called it like a while back. I'm not sure if it was on this podcast or not, but I was talking to my brother, and I was like, Nebula's going to have a big part in this movie. I thought she would have a bigger part, which is why I wanted her to do the Gauntlet run.
I think that it's better that she didn't do the Gauntlet run because, like,
Nah, man.
yeah,
I
personal opinion.
Nah, man. She has like the most intimate emotional connection to Thanos and sort of what he's done. Because he's her dad.
Yep. She is the person who
She gets an arc where she gets to like face the person she used to be, but not one where she gets to face Thanos himself.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bit of a missed opportunity. But regardless, I think that Nebula is really well done. I'm looking forward to seeing
Guardians
more
3.
of her in Guardians of the Galaxy. Also, the opening scene of just her and Tony playing like the like football like
she has such an emotional connection with him too.
Fucking great. That's great. You win. I like this.
Yeah, she's like, I won. She felt so happy too. Like the way he oh man, it makes it even funnier. It's like
Tony is just everyone's surrogate dad.
like we all like Steve Rogers. I was like, no, you fail to understand. Tony is surrogate dad.
Yeah.
That's America's
ass. That is America's ass.
It's America's ass.
I also like the I can do this all day. Yeah, I know. I fucking love that line because that's like a line back to like one of his very first scenes. Like if you remember the original, like he says it a couple of times, but back to the very first time he said it was in like Captain America 1 when he's still skinny and he's getting his ass beat outside of a movie theater. And the guy just keeps punching him in the face. He's like, you don't know when to quit. I can do this all day. And that line means so much to him. And then he says it to himself. And it's like, yeah.
I heard it before.
No, I still like the fact that fuck. I just forgot where my train of thought was going. Jesus Christ. Choo-choo went off the tracks. No, I love the interactions between like Rocket and just everything around him. It's fucking great just watching him. Like I was like, man, I don't know what they're gonna do with Rocket, but like every scene that he's in is just
Rocket and Thor is a great indicator of how good Asgardians of the Galaxy is going to be.
Rocket, Thor, and Nebula are great indicators. Like that, it's.
I can't wait to see Thor hang out with Nebula.
I can't wait to see Thor
and Star-Lord and Drax and Mant. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm just excited. Yeah, those movies are one of the only movies I'm actually really excited about because Guardians is like very unique and it's kind of the movie that Thor Ragnarok turned into. But the architect of those movies is James Gunn and it kind of shows that it's his filmmaking style.
Ragnarok was not
James Gunn.
What I mean
Ragnarok
is like
was Taika Waititi.
Yeah, but what I mean is like
who provides the voice of Korg.
Yeah, but what I mean is like you look at this kind of style of that filmmaking and it kind of became Ragnarok, like in a way, where it was like 80s movie nostalgia.
That was a directional change because they had to like as much as I like Thor in 1 and 2. And like, even though I know that Dark World isn't a good movie, but it is a bad movie. It's really meh.
No. Those are not the same.
Oh no,
at all. Thor, if anything, is techno synth and inspired by a lot of. It's more comedic, obviously, because Taika Waititi is a comedian, whereas Guardians of the Galaxy was inspired sort of by like 70s, 80s just rock for the most part.
Right.
Those are very different feels. Like the fact that it's more musically inclined is solid, but it's not. It's not
James Gunn.
Ragnarok was not musically inclined to the same degree the Guardians of the Galaxy
I do actually
was.
kind of what I hope to see with as Guardians of the Galaxy is that Peter now has like an iPod and stuff like that, and he's got
He has a zoom.
Oh, but
That
that's
was
the thing is, like,
established
now
in
that he's been
Guardians
to
2.
Earth, and Tony, like, helped rebuild a ship and stuff like that. Rocket was on Earth and stuff like that. Like the way they make it sound is like Rocket returned to Earth multiple times. And, oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I understand why they'll probably go with the zoom, but at the same time, I'm really hoping they do something where he's like, what is this? It's like, oh, yeah, Stark installed that on this thing. I would be like, oh, that hurts.
Everything
Stark, the
about
best
this
dad.
movie, yeah, everything about this movie like leads me to think that Stark's impact is going to be like
Eternal.
Like it's going to be something where it's
yeah,
like
he's the great granddaddy of this sort of
universe.
wave
Yeah.
of movies.
But like it's something where like even like in far
He's
away
also
from home.
fucking RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. is also fucking rich off these movies because he got like a cut into a deal like before the first one was even filled, where he gets a portion of every Marvel
Yep.
movie's profits. He's the only guy who has that deal, and he's fucking loaded
he can
off
retire.
it.
But like what I mean is like I feel like as if the impacts of this sacrifice that he made is going to be like eternal.
Yeah. Well, we
It's gonna be
already
something
know
where-
that. That's what the.
For some characters,
But we
more
already
than
know that
others.
with Spider-Man. I think Thor's gonna be a really good one too, because I think Thor's gonna have to deal with that a bit too. Because while him and Tony didn't get along, they were still like battle brothers, basically.
Friends.
Yeah.
They were friends.
Yeah.
Like they weren't the best of friends, but they were friends.
Point Break.
Yeah.
Point Break. What? I actually had to look that up finally. Like I actually never finally got that reference until I finally looked it up. I was like, really?
What's the reference?
And then I saw it was
We don't get too much interaction between the various Avengers outside of a couple of scenes in like Age of Ultron
Yeah.
and such.
Yeah.
Like that after party scene. God, that scene's great.
where they're
Where they're all trying
Yeah.
to lift Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
if you put the hammer down in an elevator and the elevator rises, does that mean the elevator?
Yeah, they're just chatting about it. I mean, fucking Thor puts Mjolnir down on a fucking coat rack
Yeah.
in Thor 2.
The rack the coat rack is worth.
The hat rack
Yeah.
is worthy.
No. Well,
It's
that's
just
the thing is
fucking-
like it is in the original way that the thing is that it's with Thor 1, it's the one who wields this will have the power of the thing. The moment Thor gets the hammer back, that spell's broken. So it doesn't matter that anybody's worthy anymore. It's just he gets it. But we also know that Mjolnir has also always had its mind of its own, because we've seen this with like the way it acts and stuff like that. And even in like
The rules are
The rule-
not set in stone.
the
They're
rule-
sort of they're wibbly wobbly,
timey-wimey and all that fun jazz.
Yeah.
especially in the comics.
But like we know this because of like how he puts the hammer down on Loki's chest and just walks away. Like, and it's like I'm like, you know, it might just be like
Man, I really wanted to see like Loki just react to Fat Thor.
I would have loved that. It was like the moment I was,
What the heck,
what happened to you? What happened?
brother?
It's
what?
like all it is like stop, different timelines, leave.
Stop, shut up, leave me alone.
All right.
What else?
Is there anything else we want to talk about in that movie?
I will
do
say
you think
I am
of-
happy that Captain Marvel shows up for all of 5 minutes.
15 minutes.
I think like we said, when she showed up, a resounding silence. I think there was more cheering when she got.
Yeah, there was.
The
A
fact that she
lot
gets
of people
punched out
were
of
like, "No,
existence,
get out!"
yeah.
Like, oh my god, it was.
Yeah, Santa's just smacks her out of the movie.
Like she doesn't. She only
I-
appears after that in the funeral scene. Like after that, she doesn't show up
Yeah.
until the funeral scene. I was like, did Thanos knock her out of the movie? Because like, damn, dude.
That's powerful. What do you guys think of Tony's funeral? Because there's a small there's a small thing in it.
The kid from
Yeah.
Iron Man 3? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I recognized him. Well, I didn't recognize him, but I was like, oh, who is this child? I'm like, is that the kid from Iron Man 3?
is.
And it wasn't confirmed, and then like I was talking about someone later, and apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
the kid
it's
from Iron Man 3.
There's also
legit.
yeah, it
legit
makes sense.
Tony Stark, circuit dad for everyone.
There's also the thing that saved Tony in the first Iron Man movie is in there.
Yeah, it's the well, of course, that was the thing that he was buried with. Like that's what they made him buried with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always had like an important place.
That's
in, like, his
that
movies.
pops up like I think at least it's seen once in Iron Man 2, and in Iron Man 3 we see it twice because it's when his house is getting blown up. Like you see it happen, you see it get knocked off the shelf. But at the same time, I was that the entire end scene of the funeral. Roger's going back in time to replace the stones, stuff like that. Tony getting Scarlet having a conversation with
Hawkeye.
where he's like, I can feel him. And it's unfortunate he didn't come back, but I can feel him. I know that they're proud of him. I was like that.
They're happy.
That is like a touching moment for me. I do like the fact that Vision does show up in the movie, just not where we thought he would.
Where does Vision show up?
When he's like, when Howard Stark's like, I feel like I know him. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Jarvis.
Because it's
Jarvis the butler.
actually the same actor.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the same actor because it's like he has the same voice.
No, that's the same. Sure, it could be the voice actor for Jarvis, but it's not the same actor as Vision.
No. Yeah, it's not the same Vision.
That is not the same person.
I love how. Actually, no, because the actor who plays Vision is originally the actor who played Jarvis. So, it's not actually the same actor.
Originally? Okay, so yeah, it's just a separate guy. Well, that makes sense. Like, you can't clone, like, a brain.
Yeah.
Or at least you couldn't. Like, Tony Tony just based his mannerisms off his dad's
it is
old,
Paul Bettany.
butler.
Wow.
Oh, so they just put a shit ton of makeup on him?
Wait, they just manned him up? It's Vision's fuck. Okay.
I'm not even mad because it's the same. It's the voice actor from Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Avengers, Iron Man 3, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Captain America: Civil War, and Avengers: Infinity War. And did he that's the thing is like I don't know if he showed up as in now or not because I'm like.
Any final thoughts on the movie? Like, what kind of things were we expecting this franchise to go? Yeah.
I
don't know.
From here,
We've only got shitty plot lines left.
No, we got Spider-Man and Asgardians of the Galaxy. Look
outside of those, what else do we have?
Galactus.
Oh, you mean like the next big bad?
Galactus.
Kang the Conqueror.
Ooh.
Galactus.
Ooh.
Kang the Conqueror. Yeah, no. Like time travel has entered the mix. What can beat? They now have infinite access to time travel because all they need is fucking Pym particles. Who can beat that? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the guy who comes from the future where time travel is no big thing and he knows all your weaknesses. Kang the Conqueror. The only people who can really the only villains who have like a franchise crushing presence
or Thanos, Galactus.
Well, I know after Thanos are like Kang the Conqueror and Doom.
No, Galactus is up there.
Because Doom's just evil Iron Man.
Well,
Oh no,
but Galactus is like.
Yeah.
Oh, and Galactus, but like Galactus is kind of devoid of personality. Like, I can't. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can always change that around.
I think.
They changed a lot about Thanos. Which is probably which was a good idea because the whole I want to fuck the physical manifestation
and I'm gonna
of death doesn't really work in the very tech-centric
and I'm gonna get
magic.
cucked by fucking Deadpool every other weekend.
Get cucked by Deadpool.
I am actually hoping to see that Doctor Doom would be another great villain for the series to use, but
just Iron Man, but evil. And Iron Man figured out time travel in like 2 seconds.
Here's how you do Doctor Doom. You do Secret Wars as a movie, and then you do it as 2 movies.
Secret Wars like the Skrull invasion?
No, Secret Wars is in there's a series called Secret Wars where Doctor Doom basically wins. He destroys everyone.
There's loads of what if stories and stuff where Doctor Doom wins.
Yeah, sorry,
I was thinking Secret Invasion.
Yeah. Well,
it's called Secret Wars.
Well, they've ruined the ability for the Skrulls to do that now because Skrulls are apparently good guys. Yeah,
Yeah, that's dumb.
They wasted the best alien race to use as like villains.
What you do is you do scrolls as like bad guys, like they're invading Earth, and then you do them as bad guys in a sense, and then you show the Kree, and then it's like, no, these are the real bad guys. Yeah, that sounded bad.
That's what they did with.
Man, I'm just so disappointed. Like we're never gonna have a moment where just like, oh man, it turns out Rhodey's been a Skrull since like Iron Man 2. That'd actually be great because that would coincide with the
Yes,
switching
it
of
would.
actors.
It's almost as if
Just Don Cheadle was a Skrull.
weird. Weird. So Rhodey was. Yeah, that would actually like be hilarious. Two Rhodeys.
Yeah, no.
Would one Rhodey be like, no, like,
Because when Skrulls enter the story, it's a situation of, man, this character who's been around for like 10 movies was a Skrull the whole time.
Yep.
yep.
That's like the benefit of Skrulls.
Skrulls are like the best cop. In my opinion, they are like they're fantastic, but at the same time, like they're a fucking cop out. Because you're
Of
like,
course they are.
I also love when like Skrull threats get like just found entirely by
Yeah.
accident. Like, oh man, I fucked up. I didn't save the mayor, and now he died. Wait, why is he green? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I need to call the Avengers.
The president's been assassinated. Why is he?
Yeah, right. Like, oh man, I really fucked up. I couldn't save the president. Wait, why is he turning green? Oh shit!
And then it's like, oh goddamn, the Skrulls are back. But we now know we can't have that because Skrulls are good people in the Marvel MCU. They're just misunderstood refugees who are trying to flee the Kree.
Kree.
Yeah.
Because the Kree are so good.
I'm also told that they don't lean in enough with the Kree. Do you know what? Because they have like they include the supercomputer that like runs Kree civilization
Yeah.
in that movie. I know that much. Do you know what that supercomputer is called in the comics? Supremor.
Really?
What's the computer called? And
Yeah, just Supremor.
God.
Couldn't even commit to how dumb your shit is.
Yeah.
Cowards.
Surprise.
surprise, surprise.
Oh well. But yeah. Can't wait till fucking
Spider-Man.
I guess X-Men and Fantastic Four get brought
Well,
in.
they now own Fox. We can get Fantastic Four because I think Fox owns.
So when are we going to get a Fantastic Four movie that's going to destroy all of the franchises? Because every Fantastic Four movie has been terrible.
Well, if it's MCU, I imagine that it's going to be a lot less.
Chris
The only
Evans,
reason
Chris
that
Evans
Fantastic
stars
Four
as the
movies have
Human
been-
Torch. Yeah.
As the Human Torch. Okay.
Oh, you look familiar. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my God, that is.
God, no. Yeah, no. The reason those movies are so terrible is because Fox just made them to keep
Yeah.
the license.
Well, the remake was the one to keep the license. The second one was the first one was good. It
No, they've had a history of them. There's been like
Really?
5 or
Been
6
two.
Fantastic Four movies
There's-
made that they just like hell. One of them wasn't even released.
Yeah.
It was made, but not released.
It was apparently...
because it was that bad.
Yeah. And then you watch
Just so
it
they
and
could
you're
hold
like,
on to the
oh, this
license.
is actually really good.
I
doubt
doubt it
it.
as well.
Strongly doubt it.
What else?
Hold on, is the most recent Fantastic Four movie still at a 4 on Netflix?
I will check.
It should be.
Oh, boy. Well, we could talk about...
On
actually, no, I
Metacritic,
think
it
that
is
was-
a 2.7.
Ah, fuck. People rate that movie up. We need to get it to 4. Hold it there.
On
Hold it at 4.
IMDb though, it's 4.3. Rotten Tomatoes,
yes.
Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 9.
What?
Yeah.
Drop that down. We need to get it to 4.
It needs to stay at 4. Every Fantastic Four movie needs to be at 4.
A 4 in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, some are probably better than that, but fuck if I'm gonna watch them to find out.
Can I just briefly say that I'm really excited with what they did with Hulk?
I don't know.
Banner Hulk?
Because that's the way.
I'm okay with it.
That's the way.
I'm fine with it because they're never going to do the Hulk as I like him as a solo
No,
character.
they're never. We're never gonna. We're
That
never
is
gonna
to say,
we're
like,
never gonna
World
go
War Hulk.
or World Breaker Hulk. Oh God, that would have been great to see.
We're just gonna get this Hulk, and then like it's like, oh,
I mean, we're not going to see it in MCU, but like, Enter the Spider-Verse proved that like comic book movies that are like way more comic booky can definitely be a thing.
yeah.
If I could get like a hyper stylized fucking Planet Hulk movie, oh God,
They made a Planet Hulk
I'd
movie.
be 2000% erect.
They made a Planet Hulk movie. It's basically like Doctor Strange.
Ragnarok took elements from Planet Hulk, but it doesn't. It's not nowhere near as dark as the actual.
Hold on.
Oh, it's like
itself.
It's like Conan Barbarian mixed with.
It's a Conan thing, except you're fighting robot
Yeah.
monsters called wildebeests, and you fight the. Yeah, no, it's just a Conan movie. It's a Conan movie where the Hulk bleeds because he gets super weakened by like traveling through a portal, so he can be cut. And it turns out his blood just like causes plants to grow, and he takes on this messianic status because of
Yep.
it. Well, that and because he's a cool, tough badass who doesn't afraid of anybody.
So look in the actual like topic list resources.
Wait.
That movie kind of sucks. Read the comics.
Yeah. But like they could make another Planet Hulk movie.
They this one captures like the sort of the spirit of it a bit better.
But they make it, like, kid-friendly,
read the
basically.
comics.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, somewhat.
Which I have seen this one. It's not bad. It's not great. It's really.
I have a hardcover of the actual Planet Hulk run.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. But yeah. Is that a spoiler cast? Do we have anything else to say? I think we're just going off on tangents now. Hello?
No, I'm still
Did you
here.
guys die?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like I don't think that they're gonna. I like what they did with Banner in this movie because it's closer to like.
Yeah, I feel like it was the best thing they could have done with Hulk
Yeah.
in the MCU.
I would have.
Because a big dumb Hulk kind of gets old after a while, and Mark Ruffalo, who is a great Bruce Banner, has not gotten enough chance to shine because he has to share screen time with big dumb
Brute.
Hulk.
Mhm.
Although
I think it would have been.
the way they do Hulk in Ragnarok is, I think, the best way they did him.
Mhm.
Because even with Infinity War, where like we got to see just Banner.
Yeah. We got to see Banner. We didn't get to see Hulk's personality, and I would have liked it if, like, for part of the movie, like closer to the end, where it's like Hulk lost. Hulk was like, "Hey, I need to be in this fight now."
Yeah, I guess we never really got a direct resolution to the whole. Well, I mean, we sort of did. We sort of just skipped over it. But in regards to like Hulk not coming out for the duration of Infinity War, and they said like the directors went out and confirmed that it wasn't because Hulk was scared. It was because he didn't like being Banner's problem-solving tool, or whatever. But that never gets brought up at all in.
Yeah,
Endgame.
it's
So it might have just been because he was scared, but they were like, "Oh man, that's really dumb. Let's just skip over it."
Well, it's like the first scene that you see of Hulk and Thanos in that universe. Hulk.
First scene you see it from Hulk and Endgame is him just dabbing with some kids.
Yeah.
I have never. I was like,
I'm okay. I'm okay with.
I am
lame
okay
dad
with
Hulk.
Lame Dad Hulk too. But like at the same time, I'm like, Jesus Christ, wouldn't you make yourself a little bit smaller maybe to make up for that? But oh my God, at the same time, fucking just eating like waffles, like being like, oh my God, I loved it. At the same time, I was like, that's super cringy, but I loved it.
Yeah.
It goes on for so long,
Like,
too.
No, eat up, beat up.
I was shrinking into my chair when Ant-Man was like, "No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't know me. Let's just
Yeah,
move
no,
on."
I wish that they would have done it where like Banner just basically slammed the table and like just broke the table by accident.
I don't think that would
No, it
really
wouldn't-
establish
No.
this new Banner Hulk very well.
But like, I love the way that they do him. I love the part where he gives him a taco.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I do love Paul Rudd's Ant-Man just sort of being like getting bullied by all these interstellar
Yeah.
beings.
By accident.
He's just a burglar with like a cool
Yeah,
suit.
no, I think
he didn't even
like
make
don't,
it.
Oh no! Don't even, what makes it even funnier is the fact that it's like Rodney, watch your landing. There's a hobo on our fucking front porch.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god! And again, that just plays like
There's an idiot on the landing platform.
No, the other one is I just oh man, like those two interactions just works so well together. Like it's like I want that to be a movie so bad. Like that needs to be a thing. Get on it.
Wait, interaction between who?
Rodney, Iron Patriot, and Nebula. Like that needs. Like I want that to be a movie so bad.
No, she's gonna
I
be
know,
with the
but-
Asgardians, which is probably going to be a thing. I'm wondering what they're going to do with Rhodey.
I don't
I think
know.
with what they're,
You said Rodney, and it fucked me up.
I don't know.
What are you
I think
talking
that I think that what they need to do with
Rodney.
Rhodey is I think they need to make it so that like he is trying to be Iron Man but failing epically.
No,
because,
he's definitely not trying to be Iron Man in any way, shape, or form.
like, but like what I mean by that is like
Yeah, actually, where is he going to? I mean, I guess he didn't get court-martialed. in the 5
Well,
years
probably
after the
because
snap.
probably
Or
because
maybe he did.
Supreme Command was just snapped out of existence.
Yeah, maybe that might have been part
Because
of
we
it.
don't see them when like we know because Black Widow was like if I'm not here, who's going to do the job? That means none of them are left. Period.
I think that like
I mean,
I think that what needed to happen is like I think that what I would like to see Rhodey do is like in this next movie is I would like to see Rhodey as like either a very different take on Iron Man, like
No, I think. I mean, because Rhodey's already sort of completed his main
Arc.
His character arc was
and I don't know if he really has.
actually, you know what I would like?
Like Iron Patriot really has the brand power to carry his
No,
own
he doesn't.
franchise. He'd be like someone I could see getting his own
I
show.
could see
But I don't know. Maybe he'll show up as a side character in someone else. In
he
something else.
might
Actually, you
work
know what he
to-
should be?
Oh, what?
He should be him and Pepper should be together.
No.
No.
Just
What?
no.
No.
This is just
No.
a dumb idea. I'm just
I think
thinking.
I think he meant as like a super team.
Yeah, like I assume it, but like also,
no.
because that was Iron Man
I
2.
don't think Pepper's going to become
That was-
a superhero. I think that was just like a one-time thing. That was
Yeah.
like a reference to rescue.
Sure.
I don't think Pepper's going to be a full-time
Pepper
superhero.
Potts. The rest. I
Pepper Stark.
yes, right. Wait, did it? I did. Yeah, because they still call themselves Tony Stark. No, man, like that. This movie was really good. It had what it needed to do. It does have some minor plot holes. Like it did drag its feet in some spots, but like it comes together. I would say it's a solid like.
It's got a lot more good.
It's got a
than
lot
bad.
more good than
It's-
bad. There's a few bad things, but like the bad things are like, no, it's acceptable. Let's move on.
It is it's the way to end a franchise. It's a bookend to this phase, and it's a bookend to the Avengers saga.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I would have,
Yeah.
I it's a shame that
If the movie starts sucking after this, we know we have a clear delineation to stop watching.
And I think that like that part of me is a little bit concerned that this is going to happen, but I have faith that as Guardians and Spider-Man is going to be very good.
I think the two confirmed ones are definitely going to be pretty solid. I think Black Widow's also getting
No,
one
I don't.
soon.
Well,
No.
if she
I don't know where
is,
that-
It's taking place in
It's been
between.
rumored. I don't know if it's been confirmed. It wouldn't be. I mean, it could take place It could be a prequel. It could be like
Yeah.
before Endgame. It could take place in the 5-year
Yeah,
time
which-
That would have been.
That's rife for.
oh man,
got
that would be
potential.
great. But we all know, but a lot of the
We
characters,
all know how it ends.
Yeah, it kind of like detracts from like.
I wonder if they're going to show any sort of technological advancement from a 5-year time skip. I guess losing half of the people kind of
Yeah.
fucks that up, so I guess they don't really have to, but
But now we have.
it'd be interesting. I want to see a lot more. I want to see that event be mentioned a lot
Yeah,
in
where
upcoming.
I want him to be like referred to being like Raptured or Thanos. Or I would love for it to be like referred to as that. But
I would like if they mentioned that, like, because like one of the things that they're going to do is like,
Man,
what was it
I
like to
don't
die?
envy like
And
the
it's
show
like,
writers.
oh,
what was
well.
that?
Man, I don't envy the show writers because the show writers don't get told the
No.
plot twists of the movies, which is hilarious because at end of Infinity War, 50% of all life gets deleted, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to write around
Yeah.
this now." And then Endgame comes out, and it's like, "Oh yeah, that lasts 5 years."
God,
Fucked.
I feel so bad for them. Like, holy shit, dude! Like, everything just.
Because like they, oh god.
Anyways, is that a show?
Oh, it's just.
I suppose so. I mean, I'm lying on the floor because I'm just sort of falling out of my chair and I don't have the energy to get
Work's
back
been that
up.
hard, eh?
Okay,
So
probably.
yeah, is that a spoiler?
that's a
I think that's a
Spoiler
spoiler cat. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to our spoiler cast. We'll probably release it sometime sooner than the episode
Hopefully,
8 spoiler
Yeah,
cast.
can you not like release it like 6 months down the line when our opinions have almost completely
wow,
changed?
my opinion didn't change. Yours did.
I mean, my opinion changed some. Well, not really. My opinions mostly remain the same in regards to the Star Wars
Hey,
thing.
Rory,
I
what
just
do you think?
became a lot less optimistic when I realized that there was no plan.
Well,
What do you think of episode 9?
Oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to
shit
fucking
all over it.
see how no, because they might try. Like, it's back in J.J. Abrams' hand, and J.J. Abrams wasn't the one responsible for fucking it up. He brought out the original setup, which, while derivative, was fine.
Yeah.
So, man, can he unfuck
I don't think
this
he can.
mess? If he doesn't, I'm not going to hold it
Because
against him.
fucking
I wanna see
By the
him
way,
try.
they have confirmed that there's another trilogy coming already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ryan
And-
Johnson's going to
and
get
it's
his own
Ryan
trilogy.
Johnson.
That's
No,
that I'm
why?
gonna vomit all over. I'm gonna squeeze out a Cleveland steamer.
Oh
on
boy,
that
I
one.
think me, you, and like half the world are.
It's going to be what needs to happen is basically you and Rory need to be locked in a room, and you guys need to do a Red Letter Media review of it.
No,
Dude, I would 100% do a red letter media review of like any Star Wars movie. I love those guys. Oh man.
All right.
Yeah, no. Red letter media.
Okay,
Great.
I think we're ending the show.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck this shit. I got stuff
All
to
right,
do.
thank you.
I gotta go gamble in Final
Okay,
Fantasy.
thank you everyone for listening to the Black Mind Podcast episode. Well, Endgame Spoilers.
This isn't an episode.
Yeah,
It's a spoiler cast. Welcome
cast,
to
boys.
goodbye. Fuck, we can't welcome. All right, this was the Black Mind Endgame spoiler cast. Fuck off.
Go see the movie if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah.
They've seen it already.
We can't guarantee that. Someone might see that there's 2 episodes that come out this week, and they're like, "Shit, damn, we're getting 2 podcasts this week," and then listen to it, it's like, "Oh no!"
Wait till this one's longer than the
Yeah.
actual podcast.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Anyways, good night, guys. Thank you for
Good night.
listening.
Bye.
All right, and I'm gonna stop recording.